Welcome back. This video is going to be starting our high scoreboard. So we're going to do this kind of an arcade style one. I'm going to pick the top 5 high scores and we'll keep those. This one I'll break apart into a few videos because I'm trying a new method here. Normally I just use PlayerPrefs to save everything. But this one I want to actually kind of save properly and learn how to do it. So I'm going to start learning how to use the binary formatter. And then I'll make videos as I figure that part out and go through it. So this first video, we're basically going to make a little UI and probably a little class to kind of hold the values. And then I'll put the rest in the next video. So if we go back to our game, first thing I'm thinking here is on our main menu, I'm going to duplicate the start button, just kind of move it down a bit. I'm going to call this high score button. And then here, I'm just going to put high scores. And you know what, we can actually, think we can just use our main menu manager for this. We already have one, so we might as well. So let's go to our scripts, get our main menu manager. Okay, so we got start game, a main menu. So yeah, you know what? We'll make one here after that'll load the high score. But for that, I'm gonna make a new UI panel. Don't need it to be full. So you know what? I want to keep the title in the screen. Just center this. A little bit smaller. Okay, something like that should be pretty good. If we move this, oh, we want to keep that under. Just going to undo that. Okay, so we have it here. I'm just thinking how we want to lay this out. I'm going to delete that. Let's do a create empty. We'll call this high scores. Then under this, we will create an image. Let's make this something like, I think something like that. We'll keep the missile command above. For now, we'll just go with a dark gray, good enough. Okay, so we have this. We'll call this background. Let's make Text Mesh Pro. Move this guy up here. We'll call this high scores. Center that, make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, we'll throw that bold on there too. Okay, so yeah, we'll just do something like that. We'll call this title. Okay, and then let's make, actually, you know what, before we make an empty one, let's do another Text Mesh Pro. This one will be, we'll do score. Enter that up, and we'll just put this one here. I'm going to anchor this to the left. And you know what? The background, I'm going to set to stretch. title, we're going to anchor to the top. And then this one we'll call score header text. We'll duplicate that. We'll call this name header text. You know what? That should probably be reversed. Let's take the score. We'll put score on the right. Anchor this to the right. And this will be name. We'll just put initials like they used to in the arcades. This one's anchored to the left. Okay, so that should be good there. And then what we're going to do is make a little header. We'll just call this high scores. And then under this, we are just going to, we'll just use UI Text Mesh Pro. So I'm not too sure how we're going to format this yet, but we'll do, we'll just call this score 1. Make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, maybe even for now we'll do something like this. Yeah, we'll go with that. And then we'll duplicate this, score 2. Okay, so we're just going to go with 5. So instead of creating them in script and moving them around, I'm just going to do it actually right in here. Okay, so we have that, and then when we display them, we'll just put the name and then the score. We'll figure out the formatting when we get to that, but for now, just going to go with this. And then let's just put a little button on the bottom to close this. So, I'm just going to copy this start button, put it under high scores. Move this to the bottom. We'll scale it down a bit. The text, I'm just going to put close. And for the actual button, we don't need this script. I'm going to actually remove this, add, and all I'm going to do is drag in the same start button. And we don't have to add a script. We can actually use oh, sorry, no, I don't want to use the button. I want to drag in this high scores header. And then we can go to game object and set active. So with this unchecked, it's just a bool. So if we run this, if we just click close, then it should change set active on that object to false. So it's just a little way, there we go. So it's just a little way you can do it without having to make a method in your script like these to actually open it. So we're just going to do one public void show high scores. And then in here, we'll take in serialized game object. Whoops. Game object, we'll do high score panel. Okay, so in here we'll do high score panel dot set active true. Okay, so let's disable this high scores. Now we'll go to our high scores button. We already have the main menu set here, the main menu manager, and we just want to do show high scores. So now if we run this, we should be able to open and close that high score window. Oh, we did not actually drag it. Where's our manager? Main menu manager. Okay, so we just got to put the high score panel in here, and now it should all work. Okay, so we have our high score panel. We close, and it closed. So that's the start. I'm going to leave this video, and we'll start coding it up a bit in the next one.